This is Grinton Moor in the Yorkshire Dales National Park. This was a lead mining area. For hundreds of years, miners worked this land. In the distance you can see scars of the industry. The lead mining chimney, the quarries. In the valleys, water. Water was important, water was power, and the miners would make the water do the work for them. So where you had the valley, they would take the water. You see the stream winding its way down now towards the main buildings, and also the spoil heaps in the background. Spoil was the waste from underground, the stone that wasn't needed. This is the kind of track that the miners would follow, walking to and from work or to and from the various areas within the work environment. Today, the track's used by walkers, used by shooters and estate workers. We're leading on now down towards the valley floor and the Grinton Smelt Mill itself. Just coming into view over the top of the moor there. As we go down the valley, we can see the buildings start to appear. The peat store, the walkers heading down another track. And there's Grinton Smelt Mill itself, with the peat store in the background. And to the right, the chimney going off up into the top of the moor. We'll go down and start to consider these areas. Go down towards the smelt mill, the gable end facing us. The flat area in front, where women and boys used to work sorting out the stone, getting ready for the smelting process. Inside the building, we can see the ovens, where the ore was smelted. Put the stone in with the peat, get it really hot, and obtain the lead from it. The fumes would go out of the top, heading for the chimney. On the other side of the building there was a water wheel, the wooden chute in the top there carrying the water to the overshot wheel, and from the wheel the workings powering into this frame, and from the frame the bellows. The bellows would provide oxygen for the heat for the back of the smelt mill itself, and it would go in through the square hole called the tuya hole. Outside we have the water again, channeled by the miners this time, to make them a safe area, a safe environment for working on the top. Take the water away, get it out of the way so the people could work doing their job. There's the back of the smelt mill showing up now. And behind the smelt mill we're heading, you can see the square hole in the top of the building. That was where the water went in to power the water wheel. Water was gathered at a height further up the valley. It flowed down a water leat, which is a channel for the water, and across a wooden chute into the top of the building. The dam was in the distance there. Building on the left, the peat store, is where the miners would go and dig the peat from the moor and store it in the building to allow it to dry out to be used to provide heat for the ovens you've just seen. You can see the large doorways in the side of the building to allow the wind to blow through. On the other side of the building, the chimney, so the heat would come through the stone and help in the drying process. The chimney climbing out onto the moor. You can see the way the chimney was made there. Good stonework. Will carry the fumes way up onto the moor top. Down the side of the building you can see the discoloration from the chimney, where the lead fumes would cause the stone to be discoloured. And the chimney went right across into the building. On a structure to carry the stone, and that in turn would carry the fumes from the working. This is a sketch of how it may have looked with the dam in the foreground. The blacksmith shop is the first building. You can see the water leak going off there into the building. We'll take a trip now to the Hush. The Hush is a valley filled now by spoil obtained from the early methods of getting to the ore. The mines would wash out the subsoil and the stone with water to expose the ore-bearing seams. They're looking for an item called galena, which is small particles of lead ore within the stone. And these large piles, you can see a stone which is no use at all. Just been dug out as the miners were looking to try and find the rich mineral veins. Once it found the veins, they would send it down to the smelt mill to be processed. We're heading now for one of the levels. The levels will go into the mountainside as the miners were looking to try and find the richness of the best veins they could. The veins run vertically within the stone, more or less. You can see the entrance appearing, through which over the years many hundreds of miners must have gone to and from their working areas. You can see the stream flowing from the level itself. Lots of water around, the miners always working within the water, always wet and miserable. And when they go into the level itself, you can get some idea of the kind of conditions under which they were working underground. Sometimes going considerable distances to try and find the working areas. Once they're inside, candles will be the only method of obtaining any light. In the distance you can see the glimmer of the outside world. At the end of a shift they must have really looked forward to going down that passage and getting out into the fresh air. We'll start to make our way out now, because this is an introduction only to lead mining. There's much more to learn about it, so take the opportunity and get yourselves out into these areas, but do take care, because some can be a little dangerous.